live at Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursday.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding me?
Back at home again. I'm finally back home again. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. How are you, bro? Good to see you.
I'm great. I'm effing so tired from all of the travel that I've been doing, but I'm back home in the home studio, but really confused about what's going on, and I need to know, what time is it, Craig Sullivan?
3 Minute Thursday?
No, I totally missed that one. I get.
Hey, it's time for an audit, brother.
Hey everybody, welcome to Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality that dredges up all those late night memories you promised yourself you'd forget. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Craig Sullivan. Thanks so much for watching. Craig, it's great to see you. And I'm so glad that you put that quote on a shirt.
Yes, at Redbubble.
Yeah.
You can get the FNA. That's going on a t-shirt.
Yeah, I like that. Very meta over there, Craig.
Hey, one of these days we'll sell a couple of products.
Maybe, but not as long as our audience continues to be as intelligent as they are.
No, these are very high quality.
Yeah. Hey, I still got some. Friday Night Audit hats around. So, I don't know why we never advertised those, but we should give those out during. Maybe we'll give them out at Click Connect this year.
Go.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea. We'll bring some Friday Night Audit merch and we'll give it away. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. We might even be able to give away our producer, David.
That would be amazing, but I'm not sure anyone would take him. Take him. No, thank you.
Don't mention his name. Boom, he's right in here.
I don't know if I could afford the bill to get someone to haul him away. Honestly. Have you seen what two guys in a truck cost these days, dude?
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Anyway, for a show advertising the producers strike back, those suckers are still in the green room while we're out here living it up on air, aren't they?
And it's funny. One of them actually has control of the show, they kind of cut us out last week. So.
All right. So, hey, Mr. Carr, it's great to see you. Dave still produces, yes, but only apparently for 45 minutes at a time, which is why he cut us off last week. He's like, I had enough of this show. I'm not going to be on it anymore, so no one else is. So,
we strike back, which means we're literally on strike. Me and Danny already talked about it. We're not enjoying the show. We demand better benefits and pay. Bye.
Well, Craig, he's going to have a long wait on that strike. That's all I can say.
Well, we don't have to introduce that guy because he's here every week. But why don't you introduce us to our main fabulous guest is today?
Our main fabulous guest is one of my favorite people on the planet. She is also the one that makes Click Connect happen. She is a very, very good friend and just an outstanding producer Danietta Leffler, also known as Producer.
Hi. Oh my God. You are too kind, Craig. Too kind. I'm great. I'm great, living the dream.
It's not me. I smile and nod. I ask a couple of questions and that's it.
You do. you do.
Right. Hey, Kim is asking Dave who? That's what we say about producer
Dave. What?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Glenn? Danny and I just wrapped up our end of the year filming of Click Connect.
Well, before you get into that, I think it deserves one of these. right. So last week, Danny, I did not have any alcohol during the show. It was not a good thing. But today,
did the show
I'm back
suffer?
to. I did. I don't know about the audience. They probably were relieved. But it's really not about them on Friday nights. It's really about me and having a couple of drinks and calling attention to my stupid jokes. So I'm drinking some beer. Danny, you've got to go drive right after this. So you're not really drinking tonight, right? But
No. I not only do I have to drive, I have to go teach a spin class, a fitness class. So yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm missing the problem.
It's called the Technicolor yawn.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be a lot more fun on the bike, but yeah, not today. Yeah.
Now, how many people are in your class? You've been doing this for quite some time.
I have, yeah. It depends. Some days it's a little light.
That's
got
yoga.
A couple people. It's close enough.
That's yoga with wine because I can
spinning the one on the bike
that people can drink while working out. It's okay.
Oh.
Dave, have you ever done a spin class before?
Tons of times.
I have. We actually had team building at a spin facility here in Newport when I worked for a company.
Okay. Craig, could you imagine drinking a beer while engaging in a
No, and I couldn't imagine having a cigarette before the class, and I did, which was not a good move.
At least you didn't do it during the class.
That's true.
Well, I actually, that would have been the smart thing to do. They would kick my ass out. Yeah. God, I thought I was going to die afterwards.
That's normal.
Yeah. So what's the difference between spinning and yoga and Pilates and all of that stuff?
There's a lot. Spinning is just on a bike, stationary bike.
Right, that's what I thought. Right. But then we're showing pictures of people like this and not with no bike inside. All right. Right. So that's where the spinning comes from. You're spinning the wheel. I thought very naively, because I came up with the Grateful Dead days with the spinners, the people would spin around. I thought that's what spinning was all about at first, some sort of exercise that involved spinning. Glad it's not. That's very dizzying.
No. Very much so. Yeah. No, this is much more fun. Much more fun. Loud music, dark room.
Yes, very loud music, very dark room. And
really?
David's probably going through your Instagram page right now.
I don't know. He really looks like he's up to something. He's very, very focused.
I'm trying to figure out how to close the show again without you guys knowing it was me.
Yeah, that was interesting. We had a lot of comments on that one.
Not that we could see them because we were kicked off air.
Yeah.
Not necessarily kicked off air. So here's what actually happened. I'm going to tell you guys what happened because I was aiming to close the show because I know, Glenn, you were on the phone, but obviously I had the sick family, so I asked you to jump on the computer.
Yep.
But where it really got messed up is I'm on a lot of Teams calls during the day. And to leave a Teams meeting, it's the same red button
as the giant button that says end stream.
Right. So I just click. It's in the same. It's in the same location to leave the meeting. So I just left the meeting, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
Just like that. Just like that. Amazing. He's gone.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
And he's
so
gone.
to be fair to producer Dave, this is kind of like, there was a whole cascade effect of things that went wrong that led to that scenario happening. For some reason, my laptop was having a big problem and we couldn't get any sound out of it. And I was unable to run the show. I had all my gear set up in the hotel room. I was all ready to go and none of it worked. And like just before showtime, I tried switching to an iPad and that didn't work. And then I switched to my phone and then I was stuck on the phone the whole time. But then we realized, I guess I could still control it from my laptop as a separate, it was a separate controller from behind the scenes. Dave told me to do that. It was working. And then he made that mistake. So,
lots of technical errors.
Well, the good news was I got 15 minutes back in Vegas. So that was fun.
You did. You had an extra 15 minutes to do absolutely nothing except.
That's not true.
Get out of here.
I did manage to lose an extra $20, and they came from planet Moolah. That's one of my favorite ones.
Danny, do you go to Vegas at all?
I have been to Vegas so many times in my life, but weirdly enough, mostly when I was younger. Passing through. Don't go there too often anymore. It's gotten so expensive.
It really is.
So expensive.
Yes, it is. I know. Don't tell anyone. We do love all of our friends in Vegas, but it's really expensive.
Yes, it is, especially when you actually can drink and do all the fun things.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now, wait. We got a question. Hold on one second. There he is. All right, Dave. We got a question for you. All right. There we go. I have a predicament. What should I do?
I had a guess come to the desk. What does it guess?
He means
question mark?
Don't be a jerk.
Are we like the Riddler?
Don't be a jerk. Had a guest come to the desk and say someone stole a slice of cheese out of their craft pack. Should I reimburse them for something?
Yes.
I think a 2-night comp stay is in order, personally.
you know, they're
even hotel Midtown East in New York.
Yeah.
No, not here. At the Houseman Pool House, Spa House, Clubhouse, Smokehouse, and Brewery.
Oh, God damn it. We just went over this. You know, sometimes I think you guys just don't want to learn.
Listen, I think that
learn what?
I think that we, craft singles cheese product are very, very important to the economy.
Product,
right?
And a missing slice of cheese should be valued at least 5,000 times its weight and worth in gold. So yes, I think we should honestly just transfer the hotel ownership to this person. That's the only fair value.
Just so according to the internet, the government still has 1.4 billion pounds of cheese in cold storage holdings right now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Now, Danny, let me ask you a question. You are a bright, energetic young woman.
Oh, thank you.
And you are now hearing about cheese on your Friday night. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every time.
It's only mid-afternoon by her. Was it like 3:15 now?
It's true.
It is. It is. The night is.
When did I see you last, Danny? Was it at Disney?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yes, because were you at Click last year?
No, I couldn't make it the baby.
You weren't. Yes.
Yes, it was Disney.
Quite convenient that you scheduled the baby to come around then.
I was trying to save money.
By having a baby.
Now, did Craig tell you about my Disney trip in February?
No. He
all right.
Did
so
not.
In February, I decided to take my youngest son to Disneyland because he's a big fan of Cars, the movie Cars.
Great.
And as you know from our excursion there, where Craig and Glenn had us walking around the frickin' park for 19 hours, there is.
It was only 17 and a half. Shut up.
Yeah.
There is a Cars area. So we're there.
And we didn't have to wait in line. And why was that?
Because Craig spent a large amount of money on us that he didn't really need to. I mean, that's the real answer.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Wanted to.
But here's where I'm trying to find the photo that I want to show you, because my son and I go out there. We're having a great time. It's a blast. All good. And I'm walking around and I'm literally texting Craig and Glenn. And I mean, they're old, right? Their memories are fading. Huh? Glenn most likely was in the bathroom.
That's the only reason why I'm able to do the show with you every week. I forget how painful it is.
Glenn was most likely in the bathroom for the 15th time in the last hour. We know what was going on. But we're talking, and I couldn't remember the freaking name of the tour guide. Our tour guide.
Was it?
Do you remember?
Allie? Rose? Was it Rose?
Almost 2 years ago.
Ooh.
That's really close, though. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really close. So Craig actually remembered it. I don't know how. Maybe he saw a picture. I don't know. So shortly after that, I'm talking about like right after that.
No, I asked Amy, our number one fan.
In fact, hold on. Let me do it this way. Let me do this big reveal this way. Because right after that, me and Fox, my son Fox, are walking around. We're still having a great time, loving life, all the good stuff. And I just I'm actually looking for my first Disney trip button. And I look over, looking for this freaking button. And who do I run into?
There she is.
Yay! Oh, so cute.
Anna Rose.
Anna Rose.
So I walk up to her. This is a true story. I walk up to her, hey! And she's like, hi. I'm like, there's no way you're going to remember me. But last March, you spent an entire day walking me and my 50-plus-year-old friends around Disney. A bunch of old geezers with no kids. And I swear to God, that's what I said. And then she goes, oh, yeah, I do remember you guys. It was like someone's birthday or something. You guys are big into Star Wars, right? I'm like, yep, that was us. So,
I don't believe it was anyone's birthday, and I don't think it was that one.
Well, whatever event, we were celebrating some event, and
yeah,
do you remember whatever the event was?
Yeah, my conference.
No, it was something else. But so then and then on top of that, she actually had the button. She had a button for Fox to wear.
Nice.
So Anna Rose for the win.
Wow,
there we go.
That's really a beautiful story.
It is a beautiful story. Look at that. Disney. It's a very Disney story.
So Danny, I have so many things that I just cannot stand about Glenn. There's just too many.
Yes.
I've worked with him for too long. We've worked way too close together. I only do this show really because I
don't forget about how intimidated I make you feel standing next to me because of my Adonis-like beauty.
Exactly, especially exactly.
And standing 6'7". So yeah.
That's true. Unfortunately, I'm standing on a 2-foot crate. I'm actually 4.5 feet tall. I look up at Kevin Hart.
Yeah. So now you, producer Danny, you have, and I've shared my gripes with Glenn on this public forum many times.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
We don't get to talk to you as much, and you know Craig as well as I know Glenn. So you need to dish out what is the worst parts about working with Craig M. Sullivan.
There's several.
Craig Sullivan. The worst parts. Oh my goodness.
She kicked my ass one show,
Besides
deservedly.
That was probably going to be the start of it. Craig and his eye rolling. Can be is for certain guests who did deserve the eye rolls for sure. They did. But
did the guy's name have 2 N's in the first name and 2 S's in the back in the second name?
You know what's
No.
That's why I'm looking.
Yeah. No, you know what's so funny too is we've been actually trying to keep track of the bloopers to actually put together a blooper reel for our season this year.
We do a blooper reel every Friday.
That's true. Yeah, you win that one, David. No argument.
So continue.
But no, we only have one clip right now, Craig, and we're halfway through the season. Did you know that?
Wow, really?
I think you get all of your sillies out in this show.
I hope so. I hope so.
For Click. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that, Craig. I don't think you take the show seriously enough.
I don't. You're right. I don't. There's just no way to take it seriously.
I take the show extremely seriously, so much so that I stop everything I'm doing in my life at Wednesday at 4:20 to join the production call.
You've never made it.
Yeah, no, there was one time.
That's not true. I made it one time on Thursday.
We didn't have it
on Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the day we didn't have it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Danny, would you believe Glenn and I actually have a production meeting every week on this show? And would you believe that not one time they ever called me? There's 3-way calling available since like the early 90s. You can't just hit add call.
They've hate break too. I think it was earlier than that.
No, if they had called you, you probably wouldn't have ended the show early last week.
That's true.
It's really your guys' fault. That's a salient point right there. Very salient point. So I blame you, and I blame you for ruining the show last week. That is a salient.
Too funny.
See, that's why it's good to have Danny on the show. I remember last time we did this, it was supposed to be me and Danny versus each other. In reality, we just teamed up and talked shit to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, we deserve that, because of all the horrible things we've done to you guys, Well,
I'm going to tell you, Danny kicked my ass. We had one guest that has always rubbed me the wrong way.
Right.
Always.
But yet you had this guest on multiple times.
I was about to say what?
Just once.
No, just
Okay.
once. Just once. Yeah.
Just once.
Mhm.
And she saw that I was starting to lose it, and I did lose it.
Yeah.
And she just kicked my ass after he got out of the studio, and justifiably so. And she was absolutely right, and that never happened again.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the eye roll is
So-
really a mechanism for me to try and think of something clever to say that I don't always come up with.
Yeah. I've learned how to put on like a blank face that doesn't belie what's going on in here. A lot of times, usually it's just mice dancing around going la la la, but a few times it's not. I can hide it.
Or
Explains a
it's,
lot.
or it's a bunch of text messages saying "end show now."
Right.
Yeah.
Just 3 words. End show now.
I would never mention the person's name that show, but oh my God. Oh my, this individual, and I'm trying to be very generic here.
Put it in the back and then put it in the chat so at least we can know. Come on, you can't hold out on us.
That I will, as long as you don't repeat it.
Like,
I'm gonna put it right in
Greg's
the
gonna have to
comments.
help you out because
The one
this was a
thing I
while
hate
ago.
so much when I listen to like podcasts and radio shows is when people say somebody and they don't tell you who they're talking about. So this is one of those
those anonymous sources, right? The
Yeah.
anonymous sources
Right,
said.
exactly. Exactly. But he's one of those people that you see at an event, whether it's a conference or something else, that knows absolutely everything about everything. Where reality, he knows absolutely nothing about anything.
Right.
And it was just like, oh my God, and we're sitting there and I'm doing one of these going, okay, I've had enough. I'm gonna explode.
I need more than that, Craig. I don't know who that is.
Because I'd have to look up that person's last name, and I'm not
All right.
going to do that.
I put a last name in there because I know a person that has that first name.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
This is making for a great radio over here,
Yeah.
by the way.
I don't care about the damn radio. I just want to know. I want to be gossipy. I want to know the tea. I want the cheese man.
He wants the tea. He wants the tea.
I want to
Not
hear
happening.
Craig Strikes Back.
But you
Why is
can
your
get
name?
the new that's going on a T-shirt from Friday Night Audit on what platform, Glenn?
Red Bubble.
Bubble. Aloha, Craig Star.
There you go.
I love how Danny, even though she's not drinking tonight,
An attack there for a second. I didn't know what to.
I love that Danny, even though she's not drinking tonight, she has the beer. She has a beer cooler for her Coke can.
I do. It keeps my hands warm. It's cold here in Idaho.
It sure is. Yeah. How do you deal with that?
Lots of firewood.
Yeah.
She's coming back to California. We just don't know when.
Who?
Danny.
Oh.
No, she's going to move to Colorado.
Oh God, no. That's even colder. That's even colder.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it though?
Come back to
I
California.
know Denver's cold, but I don't know all of Colorado.
Denver's not that cold. I mean, even when it's like a dry cold, so it feels much warmer. Where you're at, Danny,
That's
I think
bullshit.
that's cold. I've been in Denver when it's cold and it says 20 degrees out and it feels like New York 50 degrees. I'm telling you. At least that's my personal experience.
I've been to Boise in the
How many
wintertime, and
gummies do
it
you
wasn't
have in
as
that
bad
bag?
as some of the other parts of Idaho.
What was that, Dave?
Oh yeah.
How many gummies had you had at that point?
20.
It was early, probably no more than 40, 50. Funny, none, because I was actually walking to make a purchase. It was early in the morning. I'm like, what time do they open?
Oh my God. Oh,
Now how come? So how come Craig? You have just Craig today. Were you just too lazy to give yourself a name?
yeah. I thought Craig Happy would suffice. So I guess I was wrong, David. You're the producer. Fix it.
Now going back to what Glenn does when he's not amused or
Home
engaged
again,
in
Glenn?
conversation, what he does is this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, that's great. So, just like zero engagement in the conversation. Just,
That's
that's
how
cool.
you know it's time to move on, people. You're boring me. If you'd step up your game and been more fun, I would have to step in.
Yeah, that's great. So that's exactly what he does the entire time.
Oh my god! Oh my
amazing.
god! That's funny.
Am I
Now,
wrong?
Danny,
though?
have you ever
Am I
had to
wrong?
step in
No,
for
you
me?
are not wrong.
Have I ever had to step in for you? Ooh, just when your technology fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, where he just drops
Yep.
out, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That
Just like that.
Or how about when they're standing in the Vegas Strip and all their equipment melts down when you have
Oh my
2
God.
major guests on the show?
Does that happen?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened.
Sure did.
No.
One of our first episodes, it got Glenn banned from one of the bigger companies.
Yeah, that guy's
for a
out of
little
the
bit.
business though. I outlasted him.
Oh my God.
I got the last laugh. I think he walked away with like $25 million, and I'm sitting here talking to you guys on a Friday night.
yeah, I think you're right, Glenn. I think you're right.
But yeah, so it was one of our first episodes. I didn't even have StreamYard access yet. I wasn't
Mhm.
producing. I was just doing schedules.
Yeah.
The initial producer was still doing the show, and we were doing 2 guests a show at that time. So what the hell are we thinking, Glenn? We were doing 2 guests a show. I had to schedule 2 guests every episode for like a year and a half.
Because it was right. This was June of 2020. We were right. In
Yeah,
the
no,
thick
it
of
was
everything.
right in the thing.
So there was it was like everybody wanted to be on and talk at that time because everyone had so much information to share and was just around.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Unlike now,
I
where
didn't
nobody's
even-
around.
I didn't even have StreamYard access yet.
I still don't. We've been doing the show for how long?
2 years, 2+ years.
Yeah, but you have your own StreamYard. It'll
Yeah.
confuse everything with your browser, probably. You can
I didn't
use-
have Glenn's StreamYard
That's a
access.
good answer.
I didn't even know how to work StreamYard. I wasn't even watching the episode that day because I was doing something with my kid. And I started getting calls and texts from the PR person from the first guest, the one who banned Glenn from life. And she's like, this person's been sitting behind the scenes for 20 minutes. They're not bringing him on. I'm like, what? So I pop on the link, and I just see Anthony, and I want to say Chris Green possibly in the show, because at the time Chris was doing a weekly spot with us, and they're just chit chatting, and then it
We
just
were just chit chatting. We were in front of the Bellagio.
no. You weren't anywhere. I said Anthony and
Oh,
Chris
that. Okay.
were just chit chatting because they had nothing. They didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, because
They had no clue what was happening.
yeah,
And so eventually Anthony was like, so guys, we're going to go.
we
But
don't
he
know.
didn't have StreamYard access. So he couldn't stop the show. So he's like, we're going to go now. But the stream just had to continue. So we had a second guest who I was like, sorry, guys, not going to happen. He was fine. He was cool. He came back later on. Really great guy, industry icon, all that stuff. I'm trying to call Glenn. He's not answering. I'm trying to call Anthony. He's not answering. So basically what ended up happening was Glenn and the previous producer were in Vegas. They set up the equipment outside the Bellagio at 9 a.m. Vegas time.
Well, that's when the show started. We set it up much
right.
earlier than
Well,
that.
okay, yeah. So they set up earlier, but the show started at 9 a.m. Vegas time.
Right.
Rightfully so. I would have thought the same thing. It's not going to be that hot in anywhere that early. Well, it was hot enough in the desert that it freaking melted down the equipment. So
It all overheated and everything just shut down.
it shut off, but the stream kept going, but nobody could turn the show off because I didn't have access yet. The person who had access was with Glenn. His equipment had overheated.
Craig, where were you?
I was at home. I wasn't doing.
No, not you.
Craig wasn't.
where-
Craig
No,
is
Craig's
wasn't
not part of that
affiliated
show.
with that
That
show.
was
Yeah.
that was
That's
no
the Glenn and Anthony
This is like
show.
this is even
That's the
before
show that-
it was
that's the show
officially
that
No
mattered.
Vacancy Live or something like that. It was
Yeah.
just we were just
Yeah, I
trying to
wasn't-
figure out what the hell to
wasn't part of
do
that.
to keep ourselves going. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even have a name yet. I don't think, did we?
No.
Okay, so this wasn't Friday Night Audit.
No,
Yeah.
this was the show that actually matters.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Wow, that hurts.
That
I
hurts,
really
yeah.
think
No,
everything
I
we do
just-
on this show
wow.
matters.
This
Wow.
is with the actually important co-host, not Craig.
But so
Right.
this guy banned you Glenn or said what did he banned?
So
him?
what happened was basically he called me or I called him. I don't know how we got in contact, but basically he was saying this is our email. It was via email. This was, and I emailed him. I apologized. I explained the situation after I found out what happened. He's like, "This is so inappropriate. I wasted time for this. I'm a busy man. I have so many better things to do to be sitting around waiting, doing nothing.
Right.
Blah 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 blah."
Right.
So then,
Wow.
like 6 or 7 months later, he calmed down. I emailed him. He was going to come back
7
on.
months later.
He wasn't coming back
he was going to come
And by
back
the
on.
way, I just want to be clear that I've apologized throughout the entire process. Multiple times the first day.
Your entire life, you
second day, the third day.
Yes. We all did.
Right.
Really?
And now the second guest on that episode. Yes. What?
Hello?
I just thought I'd call you and see what was going on since David was rambling.
So the second guest.
Yes, I'm interested in what you have to say. Mm-hmm.
The second guest, who is I don't know, Glenn, would you say a bigger industry icon?
I would say the first one would like to have been an icon. The second one is an icon, but would refuse to admit he's an icon because he's that much of a freaking icon.
Yeah. So the second person who was on, who was waiting in the green room the entire time too, was so cool about it. He was like, "Yeah, no problem. Next time you guys want to come on. I'll just come on. It's no problem." Right. Couldn't care less.
I mean, because Danny, we were in front of the Bellagio. And remember, this is June of 2020, right? And it was reopening after being closed for 3 months. And there was a lot of emotion involved. And we were watching the fountains go off for the first time. And it was very symbolic of getting past a serious milestone in the hospitality community. So a lot of emotion was running high. We kind of got swept up in the moment. Then we had this kind of tech issue. So it just kind of went downhill with that guy.
We're all melted.
But it's all right. He's probably in Cabo right now, enjoying himself, and
I bet you he's not watching this show.
Hey, I'm barely watching it too. So I got something.
There we go. So there you go. Give us. So now that's one of our worst tech stories. I can tell you about the time me and Glenn were setting up in the Borgata 35 seconds before the show. Still trying to figure out the sound. Right. But what was maybe your guys' biggest tech failure?
I think it was when Craig's stuff overheated and just shut down, and we had to cancel all of our shows that day. Yeah.
Everything went
never
south
happened again.
for whatever reason. We did come close another time. Typically, we've got some space between the episodes that we film. We do multiple episodes, and I want the camera and everything to cool down. And we just went from one to the other, and then all of a sudden, I was gone, and I had to leave the StreamYard. I had to come back in, and then we got everything running again. But it's happened twice, Danny? Maybe.
Yeah, but that time was bad. That time you were like, I had to call you, and you were like, I can't get it to turn back on.
Yeah, that time everything was out. Yeah, and it ended up that Spectrum. Those. You know what I want to say, Glenn?
I have no idea, Craig. Could you please spell it out a little more clearly?
Douchebags.
Dude, that clear.
We're working on all the lines, and that's when everything went out. So I wasn't real happy that day.
Our guest was very nice about it, though.
Yes, our guest was very nice about it. Yeah.
Well, I find most people are really forgiving. And one of the cool things about tech issues, and this is a good lesson for all of you out there, and anytime you're on stage or doing anything where something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, your audience is going to be with you, and it's your chance to get them to like you even more. Just don't throw the AV crew under the bus, whatever you do.
Never
do that.
That's the first part of the show. You're like, Dave turned off the show last week.
You're not part of the AV crew.
You're not part of the AV crew. Yeah. You're the producer.
I'm audioing and I'm visualizing.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you part of the AV crew. Hey, you know what? My producer, Danny, works very closely with the AV crew at Click, and they never have any issues. Okay. She talks to them. She directs them. and she gives them all the cards so that they can record everything, and they give them back to her because they know better than to give them to me because I will lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing we didn't know.
Everyone needs a Danny.
Yeah.
One thing Danny's the best.
Danny is the best. David, you're really good, but she's the best.
Yeah, he's not that good.
I'm trying to be nice.
I think it's good, Dave.
Listen. Just remember who got Dr. Osterholm on us to actually make us a real show for the first time.
I know.
Who was that? It wasn't you. It was not you.
Nope.
Do you have that picture I sent you, David?
I do.
I think this would be a very good time to bring it up because then we can all appreciate Glenn Hausman.
Well, only if you think so, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
Congratulations, brother.
Thanks.
Happy Hanukkah. Congratulations on being an inspirational leader and a spotlight for the hospitality.
For this show.
This sounds like a shameless plug.
It is for Glenn.
Very nice.
Yeah. I wouldn't bring it up though. Yeah.
I would because Glenn, I've said this 101 times, especially during the pandemic. You and Anthony cut through the noise. You were going to get great information to our industry, and you did. And you had this wonderful producer, David, helping you
about to say, Craig.
Yeah. No, Dave did great, and he did get Dr. Osterholm, which was a big effing get.
Yeah. David did a great job for you guys. So that award is very well deserved, and congratulations.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That's really.
It's too bad they didn't put your picture and award it to Craig.
What's that?
It's too bad they didn't put your picture and award it to Craig.
No. I don't deserve that, Glenn. Glenn, and you guys do.
You guys are missing the joke.
Yeah, yes, we are.
When
Right over
Craig
my head.
Sullivan did the interview, did Craig interview that time? Was it Peachtree Hospitality?
I don't know. Which interview?
They put that Craig was interviewing somebody.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Greg Atkinson from Peachtree.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was the first one to interview Greg. And then he started making the circuit and doing, NBC and ABC and everybody else. Yeah, that was hysterical, Danny. They've got this post up. Great conversation with Craig Sullivan. And it's a picture of Glenn and the guy from Peachtree, Greg. And it's like, I'm loving this. And I'm sending it to Glenn.
Dave did an interview recently where he was the host of No Vacancy Live podcast.
There was.
Which was great.
There was.
Love it.
Still am, as far as I know.
I don't know. I will tell you what's amazing to me is, and I hope I don't make mistakes like this, but people don't do the most basic kind of research. I find it's like shocking to me the amount of emails that I get that people don't even take a half a second to figure out what I do or how you could connect with me in order to reach your goals. Like if you're a PR person, it's just really.
But Glenn, I've got somebody that can sell you email lists, and you can, boost your room count occupancy at every hotel that you own.
Yep. Hey, good point. All right, we got to go to this question. All right, Mr. Cards is saying, okay, real quick, what does everyone want for Christmas? Short and sweet. Danny, we'll start with you.
I would like lessons for swing dancing.
Oh, fun. Hey,
yes.
As someone who's old enough to be an adult in the 1990s, the last time that trend was around, it's fun. You should totally.
So fun. It's
so fun. You should totally do it. Back in the 90s, I was young enough to actually swing dance without needing to sign, paperwork for leaving the people a waiver.
Right. No, yeah, there's a country bar around the corner.
Yep.
And it's a good time.
Trends are cyclical. It'll swing back around.
Oh,
just like the Pico,
damn
Glenn.
it.
Just like the
You know it.
All right, Dave, what do you want for Christmas, buddy?
I would love a new Friday night show to be on that actually I enjoyed being with the people around. That'd be wonderful.
There's some things that are even out of reach for you, Dave.
Santa, my elf on the shelf has said I've been very good this year, so make it happen.
Aw, all right. We'll try to get you a show where you belong. Craig?
You know, that's a good question, and the only thing I can think of is my grandson's happiness. That's what I want. You know, he's playing hockey right now. He's doing a lot of different things. Him and his dad got a new place in Dana Point. You know, so they seem to be on a good roll. So everything's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Glenn?
Hey, I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
You get nothing for Christmas, Glenn, because you don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, because you're a Jew. You get nothing.
You know what you get, Glenn? A wonderful.
Danny, you and I
Chinese
need to disappear.
Glenn gets a wonderful, wonderful number 36 on the Chinese menu.
Hey, listen, the Mugu Gai Pan is absolutely delicious over at Mr.
Hey, listen,
Mr. Chow.
when we went to Newport for Thanksgiving, every friggin' restaurant in Newport was closed except for the Chinese restaurant, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we love going. We go to Stony Brook has a huge Asian community, so there's a lot more authentic restaurants there. So you get real Chinese food, not Americanized Chinese food. So we always try to go over there for Christmas, which is a lot of fun. But listen, I don't want to sound lame or anything like that, but I am a super effing lucky guy. I don't really need anything. I just want my kids to be happy. I want my family to be healthy, and I'm gonna go see Fish at the Sphere in April. So what else does this boy need? Nothing. So I'm fine.
Maybe some college tuition to pay for the most expensive university in the country.
You know what? The universe is good to me. I've got a lot of great clients. I want to thank everyone out there for allowing me to work with your various companies behind the scenes, doing strategic advisory, et cetera, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm blessed all around. So I don't really need anything special.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Although this beer's empty, I could probably use another one, but I gotta get into the car soon. Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. I think that you should definitely go to the car and get more beer. What are we doing here? Don't drink and drive, people.
Yeah, Dave, Glenn.
I'm not gonna have another drink. No, I've got this is the craziest thing. I've actually got a business meeting at 7 p.m. this evening. So.
Oh yeah.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
He's a glutton for punishment today.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Fish or Mr. Cards here says that we should get some fish tickets this year. I think, Glenn, you should donate your fish tickets to Friday Night Audit Raffle Fund that we raffle them off.
Right. That's literally the one thing that I really care most about.
That's not going to happen.
All right, listen, guys. I know I got to run, so we're going to do this right now. Get out of here a little bit early today, so I won't just drop the show off immediately.
That's right. It's early Plug-a-Palooza because you guys love it so much. We're bringing it to you even.
Daniel's got to go too, so everyone's got to go.
It's kind of that kind of night. Danny, what do you got to pin to promote there?
Click Connect. We got our last episode coming next week, I think, and then we'll be back after the new year, and we'll be hanging out at Click 7 too. So I'm excited. It's good stuff after the new year.
Yeah, that's awesome, Dave.
I'm going to promote my astute producing abilities to not cut the show off early today, to remember to do things the right way. Showing Danny
I'm so tempted to just hit the end stream button just to screw with you.
Showing Danny how it's done over here, okay?
Love it. Great work.
Take notes on how not to end the StreamYard show prematurely. Learn from my mistakes.
Love it. Greg?
Hey, last episode of Click Connect is out.
You just said that.
Yeah, I know she did. We're working on the 7th annual California Lodging Investment Conference, March 6th and 7th at the West and South Coast Plaza Hotel. Glenn Hausman doing door prizes, moderating a panel. I'm going to be running around like a crazy person. Producer Danny's going to be working with the AV crew. It's going to be a good thing. David's going to be there. So join us. We've got some great panelists and everybody that needs to be there. If you're in the California hotel market or want to be, Join us. CLIconference.com.
All
Where's
right.
your new ad?
What's that?
Craig's new ad.
What about his new ad?
The ad that he said, the click ad that was in the Amazing magazine.
That was in Hotel Management Magazine.
God, what the hell's wrong with you guys? I know you guys' lives better than you. You know what? Show's over. Goodbye, everybody. Where's the damn?
Bye.
Yeah. Hey, no vacancy. Subscribe. Text the word hotel 66866. Another new Friday Night Audit next week. And I don't know.
Dr. Jeffrey O.
Yeah. Next week to Dr. Jeffrey O. Excellent.
On Dave, most likely, unfortunately. So still tune in anyway, guys. I know you're going to be missing the best piece, but, give Glenn and Craig a little boost.
Wait, you're not going to be there?
Drop him out.
You're not going to be there next week?
Right now, I don't think so. Remember, I have more important things to do than be with you.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. All right.
All right, we're going to go, guys. Bye.